Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. The meeting of the major parties held today in a bid to remove parliament obstruction ends inconclusive. Main opposition Nepali Congress continues with its demand for a parliamentary probe in cooperatives fraud case. 8 individuals, including 7 Nepali nationals, killed in a vehicular accident in Betal Ghat of Nepal District of India's Uttarakhand. All 7 were from Kantipur. Russia's foreign minister says at a news conference with his Chinese counterpart, Russia and China have agreed any meetings on Ukraine ignoring Moscow's interests are futile. And it's a rematch of last year's unforgettable Champions League semi-final tonight as 14-time winners Real Madrid face current holders Manchester City in the first leg of quarter-final. 2 candidacies have been filed for the post of Vice Chairperson of National Assembly. Nepali Congress and CPN-UML have fielded their candidates for the post. Nepali Congress has fielded National Assembly member Vishnu Devi Purasaini, while CPN-UML has put forth Bimala Ghimire. Congress lawmaker Durga Gurung proposed Purasaini as the candidate for the National Assembly Vice Chair election, while he has been backed by Naren Datta Bhatta of Congress. Likewise, UML's Bhagwati Neupane proposed the candidacy of Ghimire, and she has been backed by Gopi Bahadur Sarki Achami of CPN Maoist Centre. Both the candidates have pledged to work according to the dignity of the National Assembly. They've also pledged to coordinate with everyone if they are elected. The election for the National Assembly Vice Chair has been scheduled for tomorrow. The largest party of the National Assembly, CPN Maoist Centre, has 17 members in the upper house. Likewise, Nepali Congress has 16 members in the National Assembly, CPN-UML 10, CPN Unified Socialist 8, Janata Samajwadi has 3, and Loktantrik Samajwadi and Jana Morcha have 1 each. In the 59-member National Assembly, there are 2 elected lawmakers, while 1 has yet to be elected. Prior to this, Narayan Prasad Dahal of CPN Maoist Centre has been elected as the National Assembly Chair as per the power-sharing deal among the ruling alliance partners. The main opposition, Nepali Congress, has obstructed the meeting of the House of Representatives today as well, demanding for the formation of a parliamentary probe committee to investigate the cooperatives fraud case. Lawmakers from the main opposition obstructed the meeting as soon as it began. Speaking after the Speaker Devraj Ghimire's allocated time, Congress Whip Sushil Singh blamed the government for not forming the probe committee to weaken Congress. He also urged to obstruct parliamentary proceedings until their demand was fulfilled. He questioned whether actions will be taken against those alleged of involvement in irregularities of 1 billion rupees by 6 cooperatives, including Surya Darshan, by investing illegally in Gorkha Media Company. Congress lawmakers continued to obstruct the parliament, although Speaker Ghimire allowed lawmaker Manish Jha to speak. The Speaker then halted the meeting for 15 minutes. A consensus was not reached and the meeting has been postponed until 11 a.m. tomorrow. The meeting of major parties, which was held earlier today in a bid to remove parliament obstruction, ended inconclusive. The meeting of senior leaders held at the Prime Minister's official residence in Baluatar under the initiative of Speaker Devraj Ghimire ended inconclusive. The parties failed to reach an agreement as Nepali Congress remained firm on their demand for the formation of a probe committee. Maoist Centre Chair and Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal, CPN-UML Chair Oli, CPN Unified Socialist Chair Madhav Kumar Nepal, Home Minister Ravi Lamichhane and Congress Chief Whip Ramesh Lekhak, among other leaders, had attended the meeting. Prior to this, the parliamentary party meeting of Nepali Congress was held earlier today and had decided to obstruct the parliament until a committee was formed. The main opposition has continued to obstruct the parliament against the appointment of Ravi Lamichhane, who has been alleged of involvement in the cooperatives fraud scandal as the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Home Affairs. Rashtriya Prajatantra Party has staged a protest in the capital today, saying that the government had not addressed their 40-point demand. A scuffle took place between cadres of the party and police personnel in the capital's Bhadrakali. Police had fired tear gas and water cannons and had also launched baton charges to disperse the crowd after the party cadres headed towards the Singha Darbar, which is a restricted area. Camera person of Kantipur television Sanjay Luitel has been injured after the cadres pelted stones at him. He is currently being treated for head injuries. 8 individuals, including 7 Nepali nationals, have died in a vehicular accident in Betal Ghat of Nainital district of India's Uttarakhand state. The vehicle with 7 Nepali workers from Mallagaon on board had plunged into the gorge yesterday evening. According to Indian media, the deceased have been identified as Shivaraj Chaudhary, Dheeraj Chaudhary, Anantaram Chaudhary, Binod Chaudhary, Udayram Chaudhary, Tilak Chaudhary and Gopal Chaudhary. Likewise, they have said, quoting Indian police, that Shanti Chaudhary and Chotu Chaudhary have been injured. The driver of the vehicle, Rajendra Kumar, who was an Indian national, had also died in the tragic mishap. Chief District Officer of Kanchanpur, Gopal Kumar Adhikari, has said that the information about the death of Nepali nationals has been confirmed. According to Adhikari, all the deceased were the local residents of Kanchanpur. He has said that he had been coordinating with the Chief District Officers of border districts of Kanchanpur in this regard. A Nepal Army personnel who had been injured while trying to bring the fire in a community forest in Dolpa under control has succumbed to his injuries. 28-year-old Hemant Rawat, a local resident of Jumla who had been deployed in Devidatta Gulma Dunai, died while being treated at Dolpa District Hospital. Meanwhile, Chief District Officer of Dolpa, Tulsi Prasad Dahal, has said that another army personnel who had been working at Dolpa Hospital is in a critical condition. Efforts are being made to take him to Nepalganj on a helicopter for further treatment. Dahal said that the forest fire is still out of control due to winds. Almost a decade has gone by since a dozen bridge projects began in Dhanusha District. The progress has, however, remained sluggish. As a result, the general public continue to bear the brunt while the cost of investment multiplies. For many projects like the Dudhmati Bridge, the government had extended the deadline. However, these projects have yet to conclude. A 6-lane road has been constructed. However, at the lack of a bridge to connect the road, travelers are facing difficulty in movement. The contractor company has already received 51% of the 130 million rupees budget, while delivering 52% progress. Another bridge planned in the Jalad River has not been completed despite the lapse of almost 7 years. The bridge project in Duhabi Harsa Road tells a similar tale, with 50% works achieved in 5 years' time. It is also the same for bridge in Jamuni River along the border with India, as the project has been halted by the Indian side. Likewise, works of the bridge along the Dhalkebar Janakpur Jatahi Road has failed to gain momentum. Works of 4 bridges have been halted for design review purpose and court's stay order. Minister of Physical Infrastructure and Transport Management, Raghuvir Mahasit, has directed contractor companies to move ahead with the stranded projects. A 90-year-old senior citizen has died in a rhinoceros attack in Kawasoti of Barasi East this morning. The deceased have been identified as Jagari Maya Mahato of Kawasoti Municipality, Ward number 10. Mahato had been attacked by a rhino after she took her cattle to graze in Krishnasar Madhyavati Community Forest. DSP of Nawalpur Police Administration, Ved Bahadur Podal, has said that she died while being treated at Madhyavindu District Hospital. Incidents of wild animal attacks in the settlements near the forest and destruction of crops have increased in recent time. The Chitwan National Park authorities have already relocated 7 rhinos to the eastern sector, citing rise in the number of rhinoceros in the western area of the national park. It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what should the government do to address the demands of private sector? Your options are A. Amend laws, B. Facilitate loans, and C. Assist in infrastructure. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for international update. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has said at a news conference with his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi that Russia and China have agreed any meetings on Ukraine, ignoring Moscow's interests, are futile. Lavrov said Moscow is grateful to Beijing for its unbiased and balanced position on Ukraine, as well as for the willingness to play a positive role in resolving the crisis by political and diplomatic means. Russia, China oppose U.S. attempts to destroy security architecture in Asia-Pacific. When asked about reported drone attack on the Russian-controlled Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant in Ukraine, Lavrov said that Russia would seek an honest assessment of the attacks from the UN's nuclear watchdog IAEA and would raise the matter at the UN Security Council. Germany denied earlier today that it was aiding genocide in Gaza by selling Israel arms in a suit to the top UN court by Nicaragua, reflecting mounting legal action in support of Palestinians. Germany and other Western nations have faced street protests, various legal cases, and accusations of hypocrisy from campaign groups who say Israel has killed too many Palestinian civilians in its 6-month military assault. Tanya von Ossar-Gleichen, legal advisor for the Germany Foreign Ministry, told the International Court of Justice judges Nicaragua's case was rushed and based on flimsy evidence. She said arms exports were scrutinized to ensure adherence to international law. Von Ossar-Gleichen said Israel's security was a priority for Germany because of the history of Nazi decimation of Jews in the Holocaust. Germany has been one of Israel's staunchest allies since the October 7 attacks by Hamas militants and ensuring offensive against the Gaza Strip. It is one of its biggest arms suppliers, sending 326.5 million euros in military equipment and weapons last year, according to Economy Ministry data. On Monday, lawyers from Nicaragua asked the World Court to order Germany to halt arms sales to Israel and resume funding of U.S. Palestinian Refugee Agency, UNRWA, as emergency measures while the court prepares to hear the case. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.